Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 2nd of October. UN Secretary General lauds India's sanitation campaign. Pakistani court allows auction of former Finance Minister Dar's assets. And Afghanistan will not allow foreign mercenaries, says President Ghani. And now for all the details, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Tuesday lauded India's role towards sanitation in direction of achieving Sustainable Development Goal till the year 2030. He made the remarks while attending an international sanitation convention at the Presidential Palace in Indian capital, New Delhi.
United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres visited an exhibition along with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the Mahatma Gandhi International Sanitation Convention in New Delhi on Tuesday. Guterres lauded India's role towards sanitation in direction of achieving Sustainable Development Goal set out to be achieved by 2030. Addressing the event at the Indian Presidential Palace, which marked the launch of the 149th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the UN chief said elimination of open defecation is central to sanitation.
Mahatma was ahead of his time when it came to safe, hygienic sanitation, as he was in so many other areas. He demanded the right of sanitation for everyone, and he demanded respect for that right from everyone. And the cleaning the emission builds on his genius and lifelong quest for human dignity.
Earlier in the day, the UN chief also paid floral tributes to India's iconic freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi at his memorial in New Delhi. He said Gandhi's message of communal harmony and tolerance remains as relevant as ever in today's turbulent world. The UN chief was also scheduled to address an event on global affairs and the first assembly of the International Solar Alliance later in the day.
And in news from Pakistan, an accountability court on Tuesday ordered the auction of former Finance Minister Ishaq Dar's assets and confiscating his bank accounts in Pakistan. Dar, who is in London since last year, has been declared proclaimed offender in a corruption reference for owning assets beyond known sources of income.
An accountability court on Tuesday allowed the National Accountability Bureau or NAB to sell off the assets of Pakistan's former finance minister Ishaq Dar. The court announced the verdict on a plea of the bureau seeking the permission to auction off the seized assets of the PMLN leader, who has been declared proclaimed offender in a corruption reference. Ishaq Dar, who is in London since last year, is facing charges of accumulating assets beyond known sources of income. According to NAB, Dar has 3 flats in Dubai, a house in Lahore, 4 plots in Islamabad and 1 luxury car. The PMLN leader is also a shareholder in 3 companies based in Dubai, while his wife owns 6 cars in Pakistan. Dar has not yet raised any objection to the assets having been seized.
Moving on, activists from the Pakistani Christian minority recently highlighted the issue of persecution of minority communities and the misuse of blasphemy laws by Pakistan. They said their community members live in continuous danger of being persecuted by the blasphemy law in Muslim-majority Pakistan.
Activists from the Christian minority in Pakistan have said that they are being persecuted, discriminated against and being forced to leave the country. Now living in exile, some members of the community participated in the recent session of United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva and demanded the safety of minorities in Pakistan and emphasized on the abolition of draconian blasphemy laws.
पाकिस्तान में क्रिश्चियंस के साथ बिल्कुल ही कोई अच्छा सलूक नहीं हो रहा, बिल्कुल ही एक डिस्क्रिमिनेशन और परसिक्यूशंस हो रही हैं क्रिश्चियंस के साथ। उनको वो राइट्स नहीं मिल रहे जो राइट्स मिलने चाहिए पाकिस्तानी में। एज अ पाकिस्तानी उनको एज अ पाकिस्तानी नेशनल वो राइट्स नहीं मिल रहे जो मिलने चाहिए। परसिक्यूशंस और लोग जो हैं अपने मुल्क अपने घर छोड़ के जा रहे हैं। ब्लास्फेमी लॉ बहुत लगा रहा है हमारे क्रिश्चियंस पे, माइनॉरिटीज़ पे कहें, और वो एक सीट्स नहीं मिल रही गवर्नमेंट्स में.
The activist also raised the issue of kidnapping, forced conversion and forced marriages of young women from the minority communities. They demanded the UN should raise the issues frequently when Pakistan submits its periodic reports to its committee.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has said that no foreign mercenaries will be allowed to operate in Afghanistan. The remarks by the president came in reaction to the possibility of privatizing the years-old war in the country.
In a reaction to the possibility of privatizing the Afghan war, President Ashraf Ghani has said he will not allow foreign mercenaries to operate in Afghanistan. Addressing the third Mayor National Conference in the country, the Afghan president said that the government forces have enough potential and have managed to save the country from collapse. Ghani's remarks comes days after Eric Prince, the founder of Blackwater Security Company, in an interview insisted the Afghan war will end in a few months, using his plan to send a few thousand contracted mentors to Afghanistan.
که مردم از این خاک کرده میتونه هیچ مرسنری خارجی در این کار کرده نمیتونه و بر مرسنری خارجی در این خاک هیچ وقت اجازه داده نخواهد شد.
This is not the first time that Eric has called for the use of contractors in Afghanistan. However, Afghanistan's chief executive Abdullah's office also said that the plan to privatize the Afghan war is not applicable in the country. The Afghan parliament too reacted to the plan, saying it is not in Afghanistan's favor.
Modern news from Afghanistan. The capital city of Afghanistan, Kabul, has witnessed a sharp rise in the number of women taking up driving in the last few months. The official statistics put this number at 180 since April this year.
The capital city of Afghanistan has seen a sharp increase in the number of women drivers in the past few months. The official figures show that 180 women have received their driving licenses in Kabul since April this year. The women drivers say that they feel much comfortable when they are behind the wheel to drive in the city, as they argue that unlike in the past, it is not strange for the people to see women and girls drive.
نبودن اشاره‌های ترافیک واقعا یک مشکل کلان است. فعلا در شهر کابل با در نظر داشت از این موضوع که ترافیک همیشه وقت سنگین می باشد در جریان روز، خصوصا وقتی که من خودم وظیفه میرم و بعد از وظیفه رخصت میشم پنتون میایم. این یکی از بزرگترین مشکلاتی است که من باهاش روبرو هستم.
In the conservative Afghan cities and towns, women behind the wheel face threats from community leaders, Taliban affiliates and even their family. Many parents support the idea of letting their daughters drive, but fear the public backlash it would create.
The Special Forces Unit of the Indian Air Force conducted exercises at an airbase in India's northern Punjab province on Tuesday. The unit will be participating with their state-of-art weapons during events to mark the 86th anniversary celebrations of the Indian Air Force later this week.
Ahead of the 86th anniversary of the Indian Air Force, its Special Garud Commando Force on Tuesday conducted an exercise at Adampur Air Base in India's northern Jalandhar city. Deriving its name from the Hindu mythological bird, the Garud Commando Force was formed in September 2004 and has a strength of about 1,080 personnel. These commandos are trained at the Regimental Training Center in India's eastern Chandipur and are armed with Israel-made grenade launchers and semi-sniper rifles.
As you can see it from our roles, be it combat search and rescue, wherein we have to rescue any of the pilot if he ejects in the enemy territory. We will be forming part of the ground element of this combat search and rescue task force. Other than that, any of the enemy air operations related air assets, wherein we call it destruction of enemy air assets, that is one of our important role.
पहले वाला जो MiG-29 था वो 4th जनरेशन एयरक्राफ्ट था. उसके बाद इसका अपग्रेड किया गया, जिसमें इसमें एडिशनल फ्यूल कैरिंग कैपेबिलिटी डाली गई. इसके कॉकपिट को एनहांस किया गया, इसकी वेपन कैरिंग कैपेबिलिटी को एनहांस किया गया. इसमें और रोल्स डिफाइन किए गए. अब ये ओवरऑल पैकेज इज 4.5 जनरेशन एयरक्राफ्ट. सो इट्स अ वेरी गुड अपग्रेड और इट मेक्स इट अ वेरी पोटेंट प्लेटफॉर्म.
To mark the Air Force's 86th anniversary on October 8th, an air show would be the hallmark of the Air Force Day Parade cum investiture ceremony at Hindon Air Force Station in India's Uttar Pradesh province. Helicopters, Garud commandos among others, with their state-of-the-art weapons, will also participate in the event.
At least 60 rally drivers from across India participated in a mud car rally organized recently in central Bhopal city. Hundreds of spectators cheered the drivers as they steered their jeeps through muddy tracks.
A mud car rally was organized recently in India's central Bhopal city, in which more than 60 participants, including women drivers, displayed their driving skills on a muddy track. The rally offered a treat to the adrenaline junkies who raced their jeeps through a muddy terrain laced with dirt, quicksand and various other obstacles in the track. The event showcased a thrilling combination of speed, timing and adventure to the hundreds of spectators gathered to witness the rally.
लड़कियों को इन सब चीज़ों में भी आगे रहना चाहिए, जैसे वो और भी दूसरे कामों में रहती हैं, इसमें भी उनको आगे से आगे रहना चाहिए। और जैसे कि मेरा एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा रहा है, मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम है और आगे भी मैं और अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेट करूँगी इसके अलावा भी।
The spectators appreciated the courage of the women drivers and hoped that they continue to participate in such events for inspiring others to follow. The onlookers assembled to watch the event cheered the drivers as they steered their jeeps through the slush.
India on Tuesday paid tributes to iconic freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi on his 149th birth anniversary. Indian President Ramnath Kovind led the nation in paying tributes to Gandhi, who is also referred to as the father of the nation, at his memorial in New Delhi.
Indian President Ramnath Kovind on Tuesday led the nation in paying tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, on his 149th birth anniversary. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, among other leaders, joined Kovind at Gandhi's memorial, Rajghat, in New Delhi to pay their tributes. A large number of people gathered at Rajghat and attended special prayers marking the day. Gandhi was born in 1869 in India's western Gujarat province and played a key role in the Indian freedom struggle. Meanwhile, a large number of people, including school children, gathered at the Sabarmati Ashram or Hermitage in Ahmedabad city of Gujarat to attend special prayers on the occasion. It was at Sabarmati Ashram from where Gandhi led his non-violent struggle for freedom.
हर प्रकार के लोग यहाँ आते हैं तो उससे बहुत खुशी होती है। और दूसरी चीज़ है कि लोग जो आते हैं जो कि बापू के एक हर एक के लिए एक प्रेरणा स्रोत रहे हैं, अलग अलग लोगों के लिए, अलग अलग व्यवसाय के लोगों के लिए, तो वो ये प्रेरणा पाने के लिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग यहाँ आएंगे और आ रहे हैं, तो उससे बहुत हमको खुशी हो रही है।
India observes 2nd October not only as Gandhi's birth anniversary but also as International Day of Non-Violence, the ideal that Gandhi fought for throughout his life. Gandhi was assassinated on January 30th, 1948, just 3 months after he led India to freedom from British rule through a non-violent struggle.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsia Newsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsia Newsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.